What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we got the Season 4 roadmap and blog post and trailer quite a bit earlier than normal, most likely due to the fact that XDefiant is launching tomorrow. But in either case, we're going to be going through all of the important information to know about the multiplayer side of Season 4. And let's just dive right into it and start it off with maps. This time around, we're going to be getting 3 brand new maps for 6v6, and then 1 variant map of a map that's already existing in the game, which is a Das House variant. But first, let's have a look at Tokyo. So this map is obviously set in Tokyo, and it is a nighttime map, although there's lots of bright lighting, it seems, within this. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be a really dark nighttime map. They do describe this as a medium-sized map, and we can see the overhead here. It does look like it's going to be quite linear, and it appears there's going to be a good mix of reasonably long-range engagements, as well as a lot of areas that you can play in much more close quarters. Next, we have Paris, which is a brand new core 6v6 medium-sized map. And many people were speculating when the trailer came out that this was going to be Resistance from Modern Warfare 3, but it's not. This is a brand new map. You can clearly see that with the layout. This is not Resistance, although it has a lot of visual similarities since it is set in Paris. Then after that, we have Incline, which immediately has Summit vibes to me, but it is not the Summit layout. So this is a brand new 6v6 map, and again, this one is described as a medium-sized map, so it seems like the theme of this season is all medium-sized maps, which I think is good. We've had so many small maps added. I'm fully on board with more medium-sized ones. But this one's described as an isolated research outpost on the mountains of Urzikstan. And with this, unfortunately, we didn't get the overhead view, so we can't really see what the layout exactly is going to be looking like. Just a general indication of the vibe that we'll get from the map. And then finally for 6v6, we're getting that variant map that I talked about, and this is a Das House variant called Das Gross. So unlike last season where we had 6 6v6 maps for multiplayer, we're only getting 3 and a variant. I don't really count variants of existing maps that are already in the game as a new map. So obviously not quite as exciting as last season, but I still think 3 maps, that's about what we would normally expect in the past. And at least out of these 3, they're all brand new original maps. None of them are remakes. After that though, let's talk about game modes for multiplayer, and the first thing to point out here is Demolition will be returning. I know a lot of people are really excited for that. Then we have a twist on a returning mode called Hyper Cranked. So this is just like Cranked from previous Call of Duty games, where it's just team deathmatch, but when you get a kill, you now have faster reload, faster weapon swap, and faster movement, significantly faster movement. However, when you get that kill, there's a 30-second timer, and you have to get another kill within that 30 seconds or you'll blow up. Now the difference with Hyper Cranked compared to regular Cranked is you spawn in cranked. You don't have to get a kill first, you're cranked right from the get-go. As for another returning mode that's coming with Season 4, this is Havoc, which was a new mode from last year in Modern Warfare 2, where it's team deathmatch. However, there are no kill streaks, and instead of kill streaks, you get modifiers like auto feeder, so it reloads after you get a kill, or boots off the ground, so you'll actually have low gravity. And there's a bunch of other ones. You guys might remember that from Modern Warfare 2 last year. That will be coming to Modern Warfare 3. Next for game modes, we have headshots only. And it's exactly how it sounds. You can only deal damage to the head. And this has been a modifier in custom games for a long time, but I don't know if they've ever actually had this as a regular like public match game mode before. Not that I can remember at least. And then finally for game modes, I'm actually most excited about this. We're gonna have various playlist modifiers throughout Season 4. And let's just go through those. One of them is going to be looping kill streaks, so it's going to be regular game modes. However, your streaks will reset fully once you reach the upper end of your current streaks, which allow you to loop through multiple sets of streaks without having to die first. Then we have earning kill streaks, where you receive points for your streak if you slay enemy players with your kill streak. So it looks like kill chain is basically built in on this one, so streak kills will count toward your next kill streak. Then we have kill streak cash, so when a player is eliminated, they drop a cache containing a percentage of their earned kill streak progress. So you grab that and it will add it to your progress. So you want to try and get those buzz kills on enemy players, so then you can get their already accumulated streak progress. And then finally, they mention critical countdown event items. So we will be seeing an event called Critical Countdown, and enemies will drop some kind of item. They just say redacted here, so we don't know what it'll be yet. And those can be collected to progress the event faster. And we have seen events like this in the past where you have to collect like enemy souls, for instance. After that, let's get into the new perks that are coming to the game. And first, we have a new vest, and this is the Mission Control Vest. And this one is described as the Streak Specialist. So with this, we have access to 1 tactical, 1 lethal, 1 field upgrade, 1 perk from the glove slot, and 2 perks from the gear slot, so no boots available on this. And I think that means not many people will ever use this vest because you won't be able to have quieter footsteps. In either case, the perks with this are it reduces the kills required by 1 or score required by 125 for kill streaks. And for every 2 assists or crossfire assists that you get, you will earn an additional kill or 125 score toward your streaks. And if you do stack this with Mission Control Comlink, you'll instead get the effects of high gain antenna. So there we go. That is the new vest coming with Season 4. Like I said, I don't see many people using that one at all. On top of that, we have a new perk in the gear slot, and this is the compression plate, which allows you to immediately regenerate health after primary, secondary, or throwing knife or throwing star kill, and objective captures will also trigger health regeneration. So this is basically the perk from the compression carrier vest, and it's basically just like quick fix, but you can now use it in the gear slot, so you can combine that with other vests, and that's excellent to see. I think that one's going to be quite popular. And then on top of that, we're actually getting 4 new kill streaks with Season 4, which is pretty crazy to see. This really seems to be where they're focusing a lot of their attention for the Season 4 content for multiplayer. And the first one is the IMS. You guys might remember this from the original Modern Warfare 3. Bit of a frustrating one, but honestly, it should be less frustrating than the cluster mine, at least in my opinion. So with this, it's going to require 7 kills or 875 score to earn, and it's a placeable piece of equipment. And when enemy personnel or vehicles get within range, it will trigger, eject an explosive upward, and then it will lock onto the target and propel downward toward them. And as far as I can tell, this will have 4 different explosives, so it will trigger up to 4 times against enemy players. But it appears to be much larger and easier to see compared to the cluster mine, so it should end up being at least a little bit easier to counter than the cluster mine. After that, we have the loitering munitions, and this one requires 8 kills or 1,000 score to earn, and this is described as an unmanned rocket-equipped drone that loiters over targeted areas, and on each activation, the drone selects the targeted location with the largest number of viable targets to bombard with rockets, and this can be activated up to 3 times. Then after that one, at 11 kills or 1,375 score, we have the missile drone, and this just appears to be the Reaper from Modern Warfare 3, so it's a small piloted drone controlled by the player that will fire guided missiles, and I'm really looking forward to this one. This is actually a streak that I've been begging to return for years now, either something like this or the Lodestar from the Black Ops games back in the day. I love this style of streak. It's just a fun mini game where you fire those rockets and you can sort of guide them in. If you've got really good aim with that, you can guide them like right into a window, for instance. And that's what really makes it fun, in my opinion. And then finally, after that, the DNA bomb is coming back. And with this one, they don't tell us how many kills we have to get, but they don't list a score value either. So it appears it's going to be purely kill-based, kind of like the MGB, but it doesn't appear to be a full replacement to the MGB because they mention that the DNA bomb will not conclude the match. So from the sounds of it, this should be quite a bit easier to earn than an MGB, so my guess is it's going to be like a 20 to 25 kill streak. And since they don't list score, I think this is going to be like the MGB in the sense that you don't have to select this as one of your kill streak slots. Instead, it's something that's just always there in the background, and then when you earn it, you call it in, it kills all the enemy players, but then they can just respawn and continue on with the match. Now, I'm not 100% sure that this is how it's going to work since they purposely kept things vague here, so we're probably just going to have to figure that out for ourselves next week. But I am really curious to see how this fits in alongside the MGB. So there we go. Those are the 4 new kill streaks that are coming. Next, let's get into the new weapons that are coming with Season 4. And we're going to start this off with a brand new SMG. This is the SuperE 46. And this is going to be one of our Battle Pass weapons. It comes in the free tiers of the Battle Pass right at the launch of Season 4. And as far as I can tell, this appears to be loosely based off of a CMMG Banshee. And they mention it'll have a 30-round magazine, and they mention it's going to have above average recoil control. Then after that, for another Battle Pass gun that they've been teasing for the past week or so now, the Kar98K is coming to the game. And this is going to be a bolt-action rifle in the marksman rifle category. And they describe it as having massive damage and limited flinch. And with that massive damage statement, that leads me to believe that this will have a one-shot kill potential to the body. Most likely better than any of the other marksman rifles that are currently in the game. And what that means is it's most likely going to have marksman rifle level aim assist, not sniper aim assist, and therefore controller quickscoper players are probably going to be quite happy to see this one come. And then finally, for ranged weapons in season, so this one isn't coming with the launch of Season 4, but more likely with Season 4 Reloaded, we're going to be getting the Reclaimer 18 shotgun, which is based on the SPAS 12, and that'll actually be our first brand new base shotgun in Modern Warfare 3 since the launch of the game. Also, on top of these guns, we're getting a new melee weapon in season, and this is going to be a sledgehammer. And then finally, for the playable content for multiplayer for Season 4, they shared 8 aftermarket parts that we're going to be getting throughout the season. And let's just dive right into it with the Jack Harbinger kit, which is that 50 caliber M4 assault rifle that they accidentally teased with the Season 3 blog post. I made a video about this last week. And with this one, they mentioned it's extremely deadly with a quick time to kill, but it's got a slow fire rate, slower bullet velocity, and a significant increase to recoil. After that, we have the Jack Gunslinger for the Basilisk handgun. And with this one, it allows the revolver to hold 8 rounds with an exceptional increase to our rate of fire and a near instantaneous trigger action. So a significant reduction to that pre-fire delay or that double action delay. After that one, we have the Jack Volk for the KV Inhibitor Sniper Rifle. And with this one, it's a stock and receiver modification that updates the weapon to fire a 2-round burst at minimal MOA dispersion, making every trigger pull count. And that one seems pretty interesting. I really like when they add unique weapons like this that perform nothing like anything else in the game. Then for the FJX Horus, we're going to be seeing the Jack Scimitar kit. And with this one, it mentions you get improved range and recoil with a high-capacity drum magazine. After that one, we're actually getting an aftermarket part for the RGL-80 launcher, and this one's called the Jack Thumper 656. And for this one, it fires projectiles at higher velocities and distances, and it's capable with a wider variety of launcher projectiles. And this has actually been leaked in the past. It's been data mined quite some time ago. So we're gonna have different types of projectiles, I believe like thermite or gas grenades, for instance, that you can fire out of the RGL. Next, for the Castoff 762, we're getting the Jack Requiem kit. And this kit apparently completely eliminates vertical recoil, which sounds very interesting, especially since they mentioned completely eliminates, not just significantly reduces. So I'm curious to see how that one plays out. Then we have the Jack Decimator kit for the Lockman Shroud SMG. And this allows you to fire the Lockman Shroud in full auto. And then finally, for the Renetti handgun, we're getting the Jack Intimidator kit, which will slow down your rate of fire, and it turns the Renetti into a single-shot weapon. And there we go. Those are our 8 aftermarket parts that we're going to be unlocking with weekly challenges every week as Season 4 goes on. And it's pretty crazy to see this time around. It looks like we're not getting any blueprints or just attachments. They are all going to be conversion kits for individual weapons. And that right there wraps it up for all of the important information to know about the playable content for multiplayer in Season 4 of Modern Warfare 3. And overall, when you put everything together, it looks like a pretty jam-packed season content-wise, which is great. We have been getting great content support throughout the seasons, and this season is no exception, even though we're not getting as many maps this time around. I think they did compensate for that by giving us more kill streaks, for instance. But of course, those are just my thoughts, and I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. How are you feeling about Season 4 based on what we've seen so far? Are you generally excited for this, or not so much? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.